Jon Stewart wrapped up a special live episode of The Daily Show on election night with an impassioned appeal for hope and persistence as the nation anxiously waits for the final results of the 2024 U.S. presidential election. Stewart's monologue came amidst tight competition between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, with Trump leading in some of the early counts, sparking concerns among many viewers. Opening with a characteristic mix of humor and biting honesty, Stewart cautioned against jumping to conclusions based on early results and media punditry. "Here's what we know, is that we really don't know anything," Stewart said, urging viewers to resist despair or premature judgments about the country's direction. He reminded the audience that despite pundits' bold predictions, such prognostications are often flawed, and the real work of shaping the nation's future would continue regardless of election outcomes. "We're going to make it seem like this is the finality of our civilization. We're all going to have to wake up tomorrow morning and work like hell to move the world to the place that we prefer it to be," he remarked. The show then played a series of past clips highlighting how political commentators have historically misjudged major shifts in America. One segment revisited the idea that Obama's 2008 victory signaled a post-racial America, a notion that Stewart quickly dismissed, pointing out that the reality of racial progress in America is far more complex and slower moving than such sweeping statements imply. "Yeah, that lasted a day," he quipped. Stewart also reflected on media predictions about Trump's legacy after the January 6, 2021, Capitol insurrection, where some commentators argued Trump would be a pariah in Washington, D.C., forever. Clips showed journalists saying that he would never be allowed to step foot in the Capitol again. Never. Pausing briefly, Stewart dryly commented, "Ever," highlighting the resilience of Trump's political influence even after his controversial presidency. With Trump currently declared the winner of North Carolina and leading in other battleground states, Harris' path to victory looks challenging. However, her campaign remains hopeful, especially in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan, the blue wall states critical for a Democratic win. Despite the setbacks, Stewart urged viewers not to see this as the final verdict on the country's trajectory. He emphasized that each election is part of an ongoing journey in which the American people have the power to enact change, one step at a time. "But this isn't the end," he said passionately. "We have to regroup, and we have to continue to fight and continue to work day in and day out to create the better society for our children, for this world, for this country that we know is possible." As he wrapped up the special, Stewart's words served as a call to action, reminding his audience that democracy thrives on continued engagement and that the results of any single election, no matter how pivotal, don't define America's future.